Okay, it's Monday. We'll see what I do this week. I don't even know. Okay, I got a die for the steering wheel that's stripped. Die and chase. I'm gonna see if I can also fix the bad nut. But if not, I got some more. I got some diodes. Okay, I'm just threading it on by hand. It's pretty. Watch the column here. You can see it. It's trying to resist. When the tires are actually turning. Goes right on now. That was worth it. Yeah, I fixed this nut. Fixed the nut too. Not that I need it because I got. Good as new. Okay, well, I got the steering wheel back on. I'm going to test it in a second. But I decided to pull out the headliner that was dragging. I want to show you something that I didn't know. So let's check the horn. It works. Finally, I've been working on this like 3 or 4 videos. But anyway, the headliner, getting it out of here. This material is part of this. It must slip through. There's a little hole in here. These things pop in and out. Glove compartment light works. So what I got going here, I don't know if you can see this, the voltmeter right here. It's attached right before the diode and to the ground. So I have a hot running to the alternator just like it would be in the car. I got the excite wire. There's the diode right there. I have a switch, like this is the key switch. That would be your idiot light. So I haven't quite figured this out yet. But right now the diode's not getting hot. But watch this. So I'm going to spin this alternator. Watch the light. And when the light goes out, it'll start charging. Or it'll show voltage. Right now, it won't show voltage at first. See, now it started showing voltage. But again, this is the excite wire. Once the alternator starts spinning, your dummy light goes out. Yes, so the last video, I think I left off. My diode was overheating, so I'm just going to work my way through this. So the diode's overheating. I don't think the generator light's on, even though I don't have a generator. So I'm going to try to solve it. And I reclocked the alternator, and I guess I'll talk about that first. Okay, so the alternator, these wires here, the connections used to be in the back. If you just loosen these 4 screws that are around here, you can turn this and clock it and put your connection wherever you want. I also added the idiot light right here. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to work. So I'm gonna go turn the key on. If the alternator is not spinning, that light should go on, I believe. And also at the same time, there should be one on my dash. So if this one goes on, but there's none on my dash, then I know the dash light is out. Okay, so the key is in the on position. This light is lit up, it's not very bright. I'm starting all over again. I wanna see if this diode heats up. It's already getting hot. So why? Why is it getting hot? And also, the generator light's not on. So this is what I'm thinking. This is running off the key, off this wire here, the brown wire, which is going to the key. Maybe there's something wrong with this wire. So I'm going to disconnect this wire and just hot it. So basically this is just a on-off. It's a hot key. So I'm going to go right to here, which is the same thing, Maybe I'll put a switch in the middle and we'll see if it still gets hot. Well, let me say, to me, there's only 3 possibilities in my mind. Because the battery through here, through the solenoid, through the back, which goes to the back of the alternator, and then it jumps across to the sense wire. So either there's something, well, maybe 4. Either there's something wrong with this wire, which I don't think, because I did a resistance test. It's back feeding through the alternator. There's something wrong with this wire going back to the ignition. Or I have a hot wire coming down to a junction here, which is where I eliminated the original voltage regulator. And this one has a built-in regulator. So step 1, like I said, I'm going to disconnect this and run it directly to here. That's just like a key switch. Okay, so I unplugged it off the solenoid, the hot key to the solenoid. And I'm just going hot through a switch, through a fuse. There's the 3-way connector. So the light, the hot, and the wire going down to the alternator, the exciter wire. So now I'm going to turn it on. Let's see if it's hot right now. No, it's cooled down. Turn the switch on. The light should go on. If it stopped being hot, it's something to do with this wire. Feel it. It's hot. Okay, so I disconnected those 3 wires, which basically fed to the fuse box, which turned the key on. But we eliminated the key. We'll turn this switch on again. Let's see if it's cooled down. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's getting hot already. I think what that's meaning, voltage is back feeding. Again, this is the diode. It's supposed to keep voltage from coming this way, which it apparently is. But this thing's not even on. It should not be hot. It's just a ground. Maybe I'm not getting a good ground. So right now it's grounding through the engine up to the battery. So I'm going to hook a ground on here and we'll see if it still happens. Then I definitely eliminated everything. Okay, now I got a big old heavy ground. Okay, key's off because you can see the light. So now we're going to go turn the key on. If it stops being hot, it was a ground problem. Okay, key's on. Lights on. It's getting hot. The problem is the alternator. It's got to be internal in the alternator. There's the 3 diodes. And there's the regulator. This terminal here is the battery terminal. So as this thing's spinning, it is making a magnetic force that turns into electricity. It runs, there's 3 different windings, that's why there's 3 different diodes. It runs into the regulator. Now this regulator keeps it, it's supposed to be preset to go to whatever it's set at. Let's say 14.7. And that's the rectifier. So this is when it's coming out, it's 3 different poles, let's say. So that's alternating current. So it's going through this rectifier, which changes it into DC, which sends it into the regulator to the battery and charges it. Okay, getting back to this alternator problem that I'm trying to solve, or I think it's an alternator problem. This is the voltage regulator right here that goes inside the alternator. Again, I'm shooting this over a couple days, so I might be repeating myself. But you see this wire coming out of here? This is the brush pack here. But this wire coming out, when I look for replacement parts, I cannot find a regulator that looks like this. So I did other tests on the armature and the stator. They all pass. But I cannot figure out how to test this. And I can't find a replacement. So I'm just going to go pick up another alternator and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I have another problem. Problem is nowadays when you buy parts, they fail. But I think I am going to open up that new alternator and look inside and see if it looks like this. Okay, I picked up another alternator. So this is totally a different voltage regulator. I'm going to show you my other one. This one has the red wire. This one doesn't. It's just a total different setup. I don't know why. One came from Amazon, the one with the weird regulator. This one came from Napa. I got the alternator in. I had to drill this hole bigger to 7/16, and this piece right here was a 16th shorter. So I put a 16th washer right there. And it's Friday, 4:30. I'm quitting, and we'll give it a try next week. I mean, I wasted a lot of time on this. Not wasted, but I just spent a lot of time. You can get frustrated, but I just tried not to.